Hello, everyone, and welcome to Answer the Call. I do have a little family get together today. So instead of not doing an Answer the Call, and I've spoke to you guys about not doing Answer the Calls if I don't have a good topic, I decided to do what I feel is a good short topic that is also a little bit of a breath of fresh air for some people out there. We've been kind of pounding on Star Citizen for the last couple weeks for a lot of their, you know, behavior lately around concept art and some other things that have been quite frustrating. And I thought that it would be a nice breath of fresh air around something generally positive around Star Citizen, which a wipe is coming, right? 318 is coming with a full wipe, in case you guys didn't know. No your money's going to get wiped. Any ship purchases you made, any in-game purchases you made, everything is going to get wiped back to your account and what it looks like on the website. So your starting money, starting chips, starting inventory, reputation, everything set back to starting points. And in a game that's in an alpha state that doesn't have a lot going on, wipes can kind of be really refreshing. And I thought that a really good topic would be, where's your go-to landing location and why? That's the first thing you have to do when you get into game. And it's something that I've never really, communicated as far as my content goes in Star Citizen of where's a good place to start and why would you choose that place. I did it a little bit, I think, in a new player guide that I never actually released. So, I'll give my opinion on it first, and then we have 4 callers in the queue right now, but I'm assuming a couple more will pop in as the show goes on. I like starting at ArcCorp. The reason being is it's not a place I go often. Another place that I would start occasionally as well is a place like Crusader. And the reason being is I've been a subscriber to Star Citizen for a while, so there's like a lot of like junk that ends up in your account. And essentially what I do with when I choose a landing location, I choose a location I'm not going to frequent. And it puts all that junk into a place that I don't go. And then I'm able to play the game as if I never had those things in the first place. And I find that more interesting and more engaging. If you kill NPCs or kill other players in the game and gather their loot, it's like more meaningful, right? So it's basically like a garbage dump is how I look at it. But as the game progresses, there's also the fact that, well, what's the location that you want to start building your reputation first? I think in 317, I would have chose Hurston because the new missions, it would have been Hurston or Microtech maybe. The new missions were in those two areas, right? So starting there kind of makes sense. You get a head start on those things. You don't have to travel very much. All your ships are there and so on. But I choose my landing location based off it being a garbage dump. And I'm kind of curious where you guys choose your landing locations. My org, which is largely inactive right now due to my own like lack of interest in Star Citizen. Well, in 317, when we got a wipe there, we chose a spot to be our kind of home location based off of where we were stockpiling weapons that we were selling to players in the game with the new wipe. We may do that again. I also chose ArcCorp at times with wipes with my org because my org is a mostly mining org. And where do you mine Quantanium? Well, you do it around ArcCorp. So we spent a lot of time there, right? But there's that other thing that goes into these landing zones. I immediately leave them and go straight to a different station above a planet or L1, L2, L3, something like that, and just put my body at a clinic there because it's just easier to get around and everything. But the one negative is I lose my ship paints, and that's really it. And then the ability to customize your ship with whatever weapons and components that are on your other ships. So choosing the garbage location the way I do, there are some negatives to that as well. So with that said, let's bring on our first caller, and his name is Evil Ducky. Ducky, can you hear me? Test, Ducky, Ducky. Testing Evil Ducky. I know you can hear me, but I don't hear you, and he might have just walked away. So we're going to put him back in the queue, and we'll go to Fluppix next. Fluppix, can you hear me? Testing. The fuck is going on today?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on. I thought my mic wasn't working or something. I was freaking out.
It works fine.
Cool. So yeah, where is your starting landing location and why?
It used to be Area 18 because I like the scene. And there are all shops I need to go, whatever I want to do.
Ah, yes, all the shops. I forgot that part.
Well, but for the first time, I will choose Orison because I want to try my start with no ships. And in 3.18, we will have missions on these platforms created for Siege of Orison, and I will try it out.
Okay. Make some money to get yourself a ship there.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
All right. That's a cool idea. That's a cool little starting idea for sure. I didn't think of that. I also didn't think of one of the reasons not to choose a Hurston is because you can't buy guns there, right? So what shops and things you can buy are available to you is also a choice that you would want to make.
Yes, and once you have made enough money, you can ask people or make beacons to travel around, so it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. I've had some luck with that. It can be tough at times, but hey, does anybody need a turret gunner? For the most part, I had a decent experience with people coming to pick me up and joining their turret and stuff.
Yeah, me too. Well, that's all I had to say. Yep. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. All right, and our next caller is Ducky. They said they changed this push-to-talk key. You there, Ducky?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Oh my God, I've never had Discord change the push-to-talk key on me. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm sorry.
Well, Discord's terrible, so.
Yeah, anyways, I always pick Lorville as my starting point.
Why? That's a weird one.
I love its layout. I love its looks and stuff like that. And I do 2 characters. So my second character lives out of that one because it's a breathable planet that you don't need any special suits for. So I can go rock mine out of Lorville.
Okay.
So I spend a lot of time on that character. I think I'm actually going to spend more time on that character now anyways on this patch because I usually play alone anyways. And I really do want to build up that character from like a rock miner up to like a mole miner progression. So Lorville is going to be my starting point. And usually what I do anyways is I just take all my crap, put it what I want into my raft and bring it to one of the Mikkel 1 points.
That's an interesting one too. Yeah, I've never really done that. I should do something like that. Especially because you can like move paints around too.
Yep. I'll actually sit there and ship components. I actually load up the ships that I want to move. I'll put all the components on it. Once I get to Mikkel 1, I'll claim them all and I'll just log off for the day.
I can't wait till that's an actual like more of a thing that you need to do. Is moving components, moving material, moving ammo, moving weapons to strategic places that you need to be around Star Citizen. It'll be really exciting.
Yeah, me too. I'll do that feature when it comes in, but right now with it, it's just like I'm not gonna worry about it.
yeah, for sure.
And then the last thing I do is as I go around and do my box missions or like delivery missions, I just build up those locations with armor and crap that I find at the locations. I leave them there.
What? The locations like the outposts.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So no matter where you are, you can kind of set back up.
Yep.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. Sometimes I've even made a home at an outpost, like in my 0 to Hero playthroughs to make it feel more, I guess, realistic. is because there aren't really any hangars or anything like that in those locations. I just like pretend some outpost on Hurston is where I live, kind of thing.
Yeah, I would do that if they gave us like beds to log out and we can spawn our ships there, even if it was like up to small, like size 2 ships. Like if I can spawn like a cutter or an Aurora there, I would do it. I know I can spawn the Pisces, but I actually really have grown to like that cutter a lot. So
yeah, I think my 0 to hero is going to be with the cutter this time around, but still trying to figure out how I want to do it to make it as interesting and fun for me.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Any other places you always start at Hurston? Do you do all your rep grind, or excuse me, Microtech? Do you always do your rep grind?
I do my rep grind at Hurston because they have some of the most diverse missions there.
Yep.
The missions tend to work a little bit better at that location too. I know there are some bunkers that do break all the time, so if I ever get those, I just take them and then abandon them. But for the most part, like that's the one location that always works. Now, I shouldn't say always works. A majority of the time works. It has the cave missions. I really like the cave missions on the moons more than the planet. So I take those. But I will go to Microtech and build some of the rep there. And I will go to Crusader and build a little bit of the rep there because they get the combat assist missions. And when they don't work, you got to jump between one of those 3 places to get them to work.
Okay. All right, cool. Anything else you want to add, Ducky? You excited for the wipe?
I have been waiting for a wipe for so long. I got so much crap everywhere. My Pisces don't work. And they're like, do a character reset. I'm like, yeah, I got too much junk everywhere. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, then it all ends up in one place.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited. I kind of want to get back into the gun running again, but at the same time, it got so overwhelming and nothing changed. So it makes me not want to do it. But yeah,
the new mining stuff might be fun. I mean, the rock, if it really does do that,
hell yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, from an org standpoint, I know we're definitely doing that for sure.
Indeed.
Don't know about gun running, but we'll see about that. It's such a good idea. It's so fun. It's just one little aspect is missing, and that's like the just ability to transfer goods to people easily.
Well, with the new ships like the cutter, you can easily do that with the storage locker. You just bring them in there, you put the guns that they want in that little storage locker that's on the cutter, and it's shareable. Or in the Corsair, the little storage things under the beds, I think are shareable.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that changes things a little bit. We'll talk more about it, and we'll see. Because
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to get to the point where I like abandon it again, which is a bummer. But yeah,
no, it's fun. Me and Dumbass still do it every now and then, so it's still fun.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, the idea is great. It's just doing it consistently was tough. But all right, Ducky, we'll let you go. And super excited for the wipe, and I can't wait to start playing with you guys again.
Same. Take care.
Later, buddy. All right, and our next caller is Sladuug. What's up, dude? Hello.
Not much. What is up with you?
Not much. Just killing time, waiting for 318. You know.
Yeah, same. I'm kind of sleep deprived, so I hope this makes sense.
So far, you're making sense. I'll tell you that much.
I got kind of a 2-part answer to this, right?
Okay.
So, the very first spawn that I get into 318 on live, I'm with you, right, on this. I'm gonna pick Area 18.
Okay. Because,
first of all, it's kind of a cringe reason, but there's an org that I sometimes run with, and they have an armor that's like their outfit. It's what they always kind of pick to do, like events and stuff. They don't always do this, but sometimes it's like they grab this heavy armor from ArcCorp. It's the Morozov Redshift heavy armor.
Yep.
And I think it looks pretty fucking cool, so it's pretty good.
I like the Morozov stuff.
Yeah. And then what else? I've kind of figured out that if you just take a tiny little crappy like cargo ship, something doesn't even half count as a cargo ship, like the Avenger Titan, you can fit like 20, 30 heavy armors with like a bunch of weapons. The weapons that I like the P4AR, because there's like no spread, which is a square, by the way. Still.
Yep.
And a bunch of attachments that I like as well.
You never will go a day without saying that spread is a square.
It's always a spread. It's always a square, man. Yeah, attachments like I think there's a compensator and stuff, silencers, and the laser pointer.
Okay.
The laser pointer, I think, is the single most useful and effective attachment in the whole of Star Citizen, just because what it gives you in terms of
there
the
are
sights
not
not
many
working.
attachments.
Well, there's that,
It's
but
part of
also
it.
the sights are off in this
Yeah.
game, like a lot of the time. So you have to rely on this on the laser attachment.
Mhm.
So you chuck all that into a Avenger Titan, and you leave everything else behind, and you don't care about it. And then you sod off to Grimhex and set your spawn there. And then
Grimhex.
if you really need to, if you want to get more armors or something, you can reset using the terminal for the hospital at Grimhex. And you reset back to your home location, then suicide, and basically fast travel.
Do it all again, yeah. But
Yeah,
Grimhex, nobody mentioned Grimhex yet. Grimhex
this is the thing.
Is really solid because, hey, no traveling to get to your ship. You're just there.
Yes. And also, remember, Grimhex, there's the extra large hangar.
Yep. It's got
So
everything.
what can you spawn in an extra large hangar?
An 890 jump.
A reclaimer.
An 890 jump.
Yeah, but you can't. And it's directly into space. You don't have to leave atmosphere. So you don't have to mess around in a reclaimer with salvage potentially on the horizon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's confirmed now, which is like as of last week, which is pretty cool.
It's committed on the release fee, isn't it?
Yeah, not confirmed. Committed, which is 90% certainty it's going to be in, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
So you're excited you're going to use the reclaimer for salvage this patch?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to have to steal one first, but I don't actually have one, but I'm going to have to steal one. All right, well, there you go then.
I'll let you
get
borrow mine. You don't have to steal it. I'll let you borrow it if that's okay.
Yeah, you may not be given a choice come 318, depending on how that happens. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, I'm all about like fast travel. I don't like to travel around. I would do that one trip from Arccop to Grimhex and be like, that's it. I'm not quantum traveling, grey QTing my way, snoring across the galaxy with like TikTok on another monitor or something.
So I assume you're spending most of your time around Crusader then, and just doing missions, rep all that shit there.
Yes. There is also, if I need to go to Lawville for whatever reason, I can shoot a turret and then die to it, and then go to prison, and then get out in like 2 seconds, and then be at Everest Harbor. And then you can set your spawn at Everest Harbor, and then you can reset back to wherever you have before, and then you just need to leave atmosphere once, rather than QTing across the galaxy.
Yeah. How stupid is this game that's even a thing? I'm sorry. That whole sentence of what you do to get to Hurston is one of the single dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. The fact that that's how it works.
Well, the thing is, actually, I've been doing that less and less because prison is like broken.
Yeah.
So prison being broken and you leaving without a head and having to rejoin and it screws up your account.
Yep.
I would actually probably in 3.17.4 I would choose to QT across the galaxy rather than do my quick travel. I missed one thing that I mentioned. Area 18. There's it's easier to leave because my frame rate is better because I have a poopy PC, and there's no gameplay enabled clouds in Area 18. It's
now.
Flat. For now. It's flat clouds. That used to be one of my reasons to spawn in Lawville. Lawville used to be my the best one.
Yeah,
and also Orison.
City.
You could get to. You could like teleport to Grimhex from Orison. What you did was you would go to the what's it called? The the platforms for Siege of Orison, the Inspiration Park. You would go there and suicide, and because it was a restricted area, it would teleport you straight to Grimhex.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually
so.
Cool.
That's the first bit. I know that inevitably at some point I'm going to need to character reset. So I'm going to assume that at this point I will have at least some sets of armor on my account.
Mm-hmm.
And reset will put that all back into a home location. Then I would pick Orison because it's faster to get out of Orison into Grimhex with loading my armor into a ship, like a Avenger Titan or something. and
Yeah.
just zipping out of the atmosphere and going straight to Grimhex. And also there's the proximity. Yeah, so proximity to Grimhex, proximity to Security Post Korea, because
Yep,
for hacking
big content
CrimeStat,
there.
it's the only one for hacking CrimeStat,
Yep.
right? They said that they were going to change it to be the only thing. So there's no like security bunkers anywhere else that you could quickly go and hack your CrimeStat.
Mm-hmm.
And also the crypto keys. You can get the crypto keys at
At Grim.
Technotic, at Grimhex.
Man, you're changing my mind of where I'm going to start now.
This is the thing. I'm telling you, man. It should be Area 18 or like maybe Microtech or wherever you want to get the armor from. Like if you do mining or something and you need your Novikov suit or whatever.
I think I'm going to do Crusader now.
Well, I don't know how much stuff there is at Crusader. I don't think they sell heavy armor. I think it's only up to 30%. I think it's only medium armor that you can get at
But
Crusader.
Grimhex has the armor that I like.
Well, there you go then. You can grab that.
Yeah. The only thing Grimhex doesn't have, tractor beams.
You can get those at Orison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So grab a bunch on your way out, bring them to Grim.
I mean, I'm sure you can get them from any landing zone, right? And I'm pretty sure you can get them from any
cargo deck
L1
as well.
Yeah, the refineries and the cargo decks. So at worst, it would be like a quick trip out to Crew L1.
And it's honest, yeah.
It depends like how quick it is, but it might be quicker to go to Crew L1 and get them from the refinery than it is to go to Orison.
Mm-hmm.
But you can, if you have your home set to Orison, you can reset it at whatever hospital you're at, and then suicide and teleport straight out. So you only need to make one trip.
Yep.
So, people are making notes in chat now, and then there's two other secret reasons that I can't talk about, that nobody can talk about publicly. Bum bum bum.
Oh, that are in chat right now?
No.
Okay.
I mean, my answer would be completely the same about where I would reset to if these things changed or were fixed by the time that 318 went live.
Okay.
But
well, we'll see.
Yeah, they're gravy, the cherry on top of the cake for me.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you really added a bit of a thought process for me now of where I actually have to consider.
Yeah, you didn't think I could squeeze, like, how long have I been talking about this? Like
10 minutes maybe?
Or something. Yeah, damn.
See,
this is the level of investment of time that you have to get in order to squeeze like 30 seconds out of a journey time, because those 30 seconds feel like 10 minutes anyway when you're on a train, just like
exactly. Yeah. Damn, I'm thinking. I always like to gain rep in Crusader. I don't know why. Hurston gets boring, but like Ducky said earlier, it's got the most variety of missions. But I've always loved Crusader. It was the first first area that we had. Daymar, Yella. It's just they're some of my favorite moons and stuff. So I kind of prefer to be there. But then
something that nobody's
missions.
Something that nobody's mentioned yet is the racetracks.
True.
Do you have any racetrackers? Any racers in chat?
Any smiles for racers? But
there's some content, like, I don't know whether the locations have been made public and how much we can say about that, but it's like that is something that people might want to try out. And
I think there's one nearly everywhere. From what they've said.
I know that they've mentioned one at Lawville, the outskirts one.
They've mentioned one in the
Crusader
in the belt of Yella. There's one.
Is that Yella or was it Aberdeen?
No, there's one in Yella's asteroid belt.
So yeah, it depends like. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
how much racing you want to do,
or what type? Because I mean, I personally wouldn't do the yellow one because it's in space. I like the ones that were on the surface more. I think I would like those more. I should say.
Yeah, and whether you can stomach getting on a grav bike and exploding every 10 feet.
Oh no, I'm good. No grav bikes for me. I'm racing in M50 or
value your life. Yeah.
Yeah.
People, yeah. Star Citizen, CIG, they want to make people like really careful about dying, and then they put
motorcycles,
like space motorcycles with no connection to the ground.
Exactly. Yeah. But all right, I'm thinking that's probably it. Is there anything else you want to add that you can share?
I don't think so. Somebody said Cousin Crows. That's another good reason. Cousin Crows has a really good component
Inventory of
selection.
components. Yeah, nobody really
Yeah.
mentioned components for ships yet.
Well, the components, it's going to be interesting with the way that they mentioned potential ballistics changes on Patch Watch, right?
Yeah, because I
So
feel like
not
we're all going to
very
be running
many-
ballistics.
Well, not very many ships come with ballistics as standard anymore.
Mhm.
They kind of moved away from it. So who knows? Maybe distortion will be good.
Doubt it. Doubt it. So,
Yeah.
all right. We'll let you go, Slidewalk. Thank you very much for calling and, yeah, completely changing my mind, flipping my head upside down. So thanks, man.
Yeah. Good stuff. I'm going to go
Now
take
I
a
don't
nap.
know where I'm starting.
Yeah.
All right, bro. We'll talk to you.
Later. Cheers.
Bye now. Bye.
Bye.
All right, our final caller of the day is Raptor. Raptor, can you hear me, buddy?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just got to turn you up a little bit. Don't turn yourself up. I got you.
I am muting the stream because I am hearing myself too.
No worries.
So basically, starting point's going to be Lorville. It's kind of centralized, and the other part is those in my org that do still play when they play.
Mm-hmm.
That is their spawn point, and
Okay.
then they head up to Everest Harbor.
Everest
We
Harbor.
down
Yeah.
there? No weapons really, because
Yes.
they don't sell weapons.
But one mission, and you're good. One bunker mission, you got some weapons.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they run all the time. Bunker
Yeah.
missions around Hurston.
Which there are
The
tons
Idris.
of, you know?
Yeah, everything else until I see what happens. I mean, Orison, maybe it's just me. I don't see much weapons there. And maybe when the quantum travel is better in 318, if that happens properly, might be a more desirable location. But I mean, Lorville to me kind of it's centralized, and that's where my guys basically spawn. Otherwise,
Yeah.
as much as I like all the other place and the eases of getting armor, weapons, and everything else, it's mostly the enjoyment of playing with others that determines the starting location.
Yeah. I just think this is really interesting. I did not expect this much variety and choice and reasons why. So it's pretty cool. Do you do anything with ships as far as components and stuff like that? That doesn't concern you much at all. You just do that as you go, or quantum drives. I mean, if you're staying around Hurston, it doesn't matter very much, does it?
No, I mean, pretty much. I mean, it depends. If I have to travel, I will. Like, I lost weapons due to bugs or whatever on my Scorpius, and I wanted to keep the same weapons, so those only spawned in a couple of places. Arcorp being one of them, and I forget where the other one was, but I mean, I pretty much stay away from ballistics because my aim sucks, so I tend to run out of ammo faster, so I stick
Understood.
basically energy weapons.
Makes sense. Maybe you'll change your mind a little bit in this next patch. We'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I looked at it too, is until I guess the last caller was, why would I concern myself where components are? Because I'll just go and buy them. But then anytime I've actually gone through the process of like, all right, I want to kit out this ship, it's a bit of a time consuming process to go to Crusader, go all the way down, get all the way up, and then claim the ships and move it around. So I think Crusader is going to be my start point this year because of that, maybe just based on that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, at most, if I do anything, I might buy a quantum drive. That's about it. Otherwise, I mean, speed-wise, I pretty much either I'll use my upgraded 350R or
Okay.
I will use my Freelancer MIS because those are either A, pretty quick, or they're pretty quick and they will Like I'll fly
can
from
travel.
one end of the system,
Yeah.
without having to stop at a point to refuel and then
Yep.
continue on my way.
Yeah, nice. The other thing around Hurston, which is a good thing, is a lot of the ships that I tend to find myself buying during a wipe on like a 0 to hero account or something like that, always at Hurston. Hurston's got a good selection of like they have your mining ship, they have some of the cargo ships that you would buy. So if you were going to buy ships in game, that's another factor to come into play here. I mean, I guess not really a super factor where you start, but the place in which you do end up buying ships could matter as well. And I tend to buy at Hurston. I've noticed the types of
The
ships I buy.
only other thing is I tend to run the the Grey Cat armor, I think it is. The one without the faceplate, because you can buy that right there, Lorville. You run down to the Tamanine Sons, I think it is. It's right there with the giant backpack,
Yep.
and then up to Everest, and I'm pretty much set to go whenever where we leave in a multi-cruise ship or whatever.
Nice. Yeah. Well, it feels like you've hit all your points. If not, is there anything else you would want to add of where you would start and why?
No, I've hit everything actually.
You excited for the wipe?
I hate to put it this way, it doesn't bother me one way or the other, because
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, pretty much I'm running bunker missions. At most, I spend money on maybe ammo, meds, and a med gun if I can't find one.
But what about your
You know?
inventory? Is it like kind of cluttered and could use some cleaning up, or?
Well, once I leave, basically, home base becomes Everest, so everything stays down on Lorville since they're not linked anymore. So I don't really see my cluttered inventory because
Well, what I mean is, if you're
elsewhere.
doing a lot of bunkers, are you looting a lot of stuff from the bunkers, or not so much? Just ammo, and you just keep grinding them.
Mostly it's I'll grab one set of armor, like the Hurston Dynamics armor, because
Yep.
I like the way that one looks.
Yep.
And then mostly weapons and ammo, because
Okay.
sometimes you just explode for no reason, and then you go back to Everest, grab your weapons, ammo, head back out again.
I'm a ridiculous loot goblin. I grab everything. Everything. So my shit is cluttered. It's time for a cleanup. I need some spring cleaning. Give me the wipe. So that's me. But all right, Raptor, I guess we'll let you go.
All right,
And
thanks for having me.
I appreciate you calling and sharing your insight on that. So talk to you soon, man. Bye now. Well, that was a short and sweet answer the call, guys. Short and sweet answer the call. I appreciate all you guys stopping by. And again, it is somewhat refreshing to do things like this and just talk about the game generally and the things that we do like about the game, because I do think that we do talk about things often that we don't like. And I do not subscribe to the idea that misery loves company, because in my content creation career, if you want to call what I do creating content, the thing that I've noticed is the more positive people in the space, especially in Star Citizen, are the ones who have the most company. They're the ones who get the most views and all those things. And I'm not critical because I do it because I want to be. I just am. I've always been a glass half empty kind of person. And to take a moment and just talk about the things that you like, talk about something you're excited about and how you plan on doing it, I thought would have been a nice, just refreshing thing to do on the channel. So make sure, if you guys are watching on Twitch, let me know what you thought about the show here live. If you guys are watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about videos like this, maybe some other topics like this that we can add to, because I am so negative brain. These are actually somewhat hard for me to come up with, but what a perfect subject with the wipe coming up and why you would choose certain locations, and a little bit of what everybody was planning to do when the wipe started also was really fun. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe for more Answer the Calls. If you're watching on Twitch, this will be up on YouTube later today if it didn't go if you didn't catch the whole thing. But if you are watching on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button if you're new here. So thank you very much again, guys, for watching. And I'll see you guys maybe next week on Answer the Call.